Hi, I'm Lewis. I'm a second year BA Music and Audio Production student. We have arrived at the Sonic Arts Research Centre. Let's go have a look around. So we're going to head into the Sonic Lab now. It's got 363 level surround sound. So you've got speakers underneath you, you've got speakers at head level, speakers above as well. You'll use this space for lectures. It's also used for concerts and performances as well. We'll have lectures on sound recording and audio mixing, so you'll know how to really utilise a space like this and get to grips with using one. There's modules in every year with ensemble performance where groups will come in and collaborate with each other, and you'll get full use of the space. You can use the lights, you'll have all access to the sound as well, so you can kind of make the performance your own. So it's acoustic paneling the entire way around, and they go up and down depending on the circumstance of the performance. If you wanted a dry recording of something, you can bring them down, or if you wanted a good bit of reverb, it does give that as well when you take them up. So we're out of the Sonic Lab and we're going to head to the control room. Student card, very handy. This is where all the technicians are, all the gear that's housed in the department. You can grab it from the storeroom here. You just book online and then you'll be able to get that access to as well. You've got complete access to the Sonic Lab. You can see through there. It's a soundproof window. You may have tutorials in this room, so it'll be one-to-ones or small groups where you'll be showing everyone what you've worked on over the semester and trying to get feedback from lecturers. It's a very homely atmosphere. The sofas are really well used. If you've got an hour gap, then you can sit and chat, grab lunch as well, because you're not allowed any food in the lab or anywhere in the building. So we're going to head downstairs to some of the studios. So you'll need the student card to access any floor in this building. It lets you into most areas there as well. There is an online booking process. Once you've booked the room, you'll get access to the key in the key box, which is just down around the corner. Once you've got that, you'll be able to take your key out and then use the studio until your time is up then as well. This is the VR Edit suite. So this is a suite primarily used for postgraduate research, masters, PhD students as well. So next we've got the surround studio. This is one of two 360 surround studios that we have in the department. So in here you've got, as you see, 360 Genelecs right the way around the room. The control panel as well. So you can do spatial audio work in here. So a lot of final year students will be working in here doing really spatially aware audio so that you can use it for different projects. The software we have in the department is second to none, and you'll be able to use it as you progress throughout the degree as well. So we're going to head down to the new broadcast studio we've had installed as well. So we'll be able to use the equipment in here to work with the broadcast students on some of their projects there as well. Before we go into the broadcast studio, we can have a look through the audio control room. If we're recording any visuals, the visual booth is the one in front of us. You can see right the way through to the main broadcast studio. And then you've got all the equipment down in here as well for all the sound editing and any recording you'd need to do. This room houses some of the Queen's Radio shows. If broadcast students are doing that, we'll also be working in here as audio students, doing some sound work for them as well. So in here is the broadcast studio. So we have BBC standard equipment. So this will be good practice for everyday work then if anyone's looking at life behind the camera after Queen's as well. So this is a really good benchmark then to work from. You can start here and then you'll be able to look at getting connections with, say, the BBC or UTV, any TV media audio companies that require this level of equipment. This is more where we'll be doing some simple editing, some more multi-track mixes if you're working on any sounds, these kind of things. This will be Studio 1. One of 3 studios we have here as well. So this is set up primarily for just doing production, post-production, editing. There's Mac, you've got the Yamaha control desk as well, so you've got quite a good setup here. Stereo is definitely just as good as surround. We're going to head right the way up to the top floor and into the Mac lab. So we're going to head onto the computer suite. It's the Mac lab. So you've got a couple of editing suites for postgraduate students up here as well, so it's a very community feel. You get different type of students. A lot of them work as TAs as well, so you'll get to know a lot of the researchers and the PhD students. This is the Mac editing suite. We've just had brand new 46 Macs installed as well. Top of the range equipment in here, so you can do a lot of your editing up here as well if the studios aren't free. You've also then got a lot of lectures that happen in here, so you've got screens around the room so that the lecturers can kind of show you wherever you're sat. Then there's no need to sort of sit behind the lecturer at a desk. In terms of some of the tech modules, you get the Introduction to Sound Synthesis module here. You've got a few that are how to do like recording, how to mix things, listening tasks. So you're getting different recordings and saying how they're different, how they're similar. So we'll head back down to the front door. Some of the lecturers have got offices up here as well, so you kind of get to know where everyone is. So here we are back in the main entrance. These are like sort of the main areas that we kind of work in throughout the 3 years of the degree. It's a really good example of what we have to offer at Queen's.